Good evening, Facebook Live. I am Angel Amoroso, and welcome to episode 15 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. As we've explained several times before, this is not a program made to harass Mick Foley in any way. More of a program to expose the people who harassed me and my family on behalf of Mick Foley. This is going to be a little bit of a long one, and I don't want to wait too long to get into it. So, pretty much about the one of the main stalkers who spread the most fake news and got the story all, twisted up. So we're going to have to go through that this evening. I don't enjoy having to go through, but it's something to do. So far, Sean Rattray has joined us. Welcome, Sean. Christina J. Hollis has joined us. Welcome, Christina. And hi, Sean. And hi, Christina. And hi, Carmela. Okay, we just clicked off of that, and Crystal Thompson has joined us. Welcome, Crystal. We are going to come back after this is all over, and you guys have heard all the ridiculous comments that people have to say during this stream, and I'm just going to explain a little bit of how people are stalkers and how they become stalkers, and then we'll get into some more information. Then I'll come back to the chat, and if you have any comments or questions or anything, I will come back when we are done. Hopefully you won't cut off on me this time, and I will get to read whatever it is you have to say. So without any further wait, let's get right into episode 15 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. We are going to go to my YouTube and go to the Angel Amoroso Versus channel. Just put it in full screen here so that everyone can see. And here we go.
I am Angel Amoroso, and welcome to Angel Amoroso Versus, Episode 5. Angel Amoroso versus Vitard, the piece of shit princess of defamation. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to go to my Facebook. I'd love to do this. Okay.
Figure out how to get back to it.
Go to my wrestling bitch group, which is where we're going to start this all off. A lot of people are confused and have been asking me, what's going on? Are you doing shows with me and Fuzo? And you would know the answer to that question if you had watched the first 5 shows. And the answer to that is absolutely not.
So
I will never be working with him again.
I may have
So we're going to, since some people can't watch the videos, I'm going to make this one that will just take you through some of the comments so that everyone can understand exactly what it is that's going on. I'll re-explain it over again and start from posts from June, because for some reason I can't get back to March on my Facebook. I don't know why. But we'll start from June's post and read some comments, and then get right into the private messages, which prove a lot for me. And let's move on to our beginning commercial for everyone. terrible that people have to feel this way every day from something so ridiculous as cyberbullying. But that is the world that we live in, 2018, and everyone wants to be a keyboard warrior. So these are the problems that we have. So we're going to start off by reading some posts here. This was from June. This video, Social Injustice Warrior Exposed, Angel's Revenge. If you've seen episode number 1, then you got an eye full of this video. And these were just the first few videos. So we're going to start by reading some comments that were left underneath the video. I don't want to lend my voice to it too much because I don't want to put a feeling into it. So when I do, I'll try to be as monotone as possible so you can make your own judgments on what it is you're reading. So in case you can't see, I'll read it for you. First message on this video was, V, don't be too harsh on Angel. This was a collaborative effort. I personally like her performance, and I'm sure she'll be even better in her next appearance. No one was really saying anything wrong about me, so I don't know what he's talking about. Ash007A says, this was very well done. People need to remember that this is meant as comedy. That said, Angel is still an angel. All right? Not negative. Tareen Wood says, she is so freaking gorgeous. And John Wagner says, Angel Amoroso is literally one box jump away from a nip slip. Okay, well, everyone's always got to make some kind of booby comment, and that's fine. No problem with that. Moving on. More YouTube comments. Token Dave says, got a taste of your own medicine, huh? LOL, great roast, Social Injustice Warrior. All right. I have not laughed this hard in forever, Vadir 2814 says. And then Bump Fugget, it says, when's the match? I guess he thought we were going to wrestle each other. David Fulham says, I love Angel. All right. And Mike M says, I like backyard wrestling. Fucking hate when people say that word, but whatever. Moving on to our next comment. Christopher Black, a very important character in this story, so please remember his name. Honest to God, I thought that first scene especially really wasn't that bad at all, and actually kind of cool. If yourself a little more credit, V. If yourself a little more credit, V. All right. And, well, he corrects himself and says give. Okay. Spider Zero says, V, in that promo video with the green screen, you look like discount Corey Graves. All right. And Adam Licious Pie says Angel is hot. Nothing negative so far, by the way. So I don't know what all the be cool to Angel was about. Like, he had to tell people to be nice to me, which I don't think was necessary here, but whatever. Moving on, Michael Middix says, not Kali, no, I love her. Her boobs are awesome. That saves everything. All right, more boob comments. The Landmine Lieutenant says, great video, but I'll give Angel Amoroso triplets when I'm done. All right. Christopher Black again. Man, I love this. You two roasting each other is beastly. All right. As Cyber Taz says, I shouldn't be this erect, but I am. Okay. Nothing that I read was particularly bad about me, that he thought he had to tell people to be nice about it, but okay. Let's go to this one. That's live with Social Injustice Warrior. This from September 22nd, 2017. We'll read comments from that. Also, that was included in, I believe, show 3. So you might want to go back to that and watch it for yourself and take a listen and see what you think about it. Danny Castro says, will you both be shirtless? LOL. And I said, I was actually naked during the entire 3 hours. V says, pics or it didn't happen. And Danny responds, I listened to about an hour and a half, and it did indeed sound like you were naked. Okay. I says, looks like an odd VHS porn movie cover, which it does, because he picked a very bad picture of me. This was when he was being weird and trying to make me look bad because people were complimenting me. So this was one of the weird things that he would do, is pick weird pictures of me. Sammy Draven says, looking forward to this. I said, it should be interesting with the mood that I'm in. I was in a weird frame of mind. Not going to get too much into that right now, but I'm always kind of in a weird frame of mind. So, yeah. Moving on. Okay, so after Danny says I listened to about an hour and sound like you were both naked, I said it was appropriate for the topic since I was bearing my soul out. I figured I might as well do it bare-assed. Okay, you can read it if I'm messing up my own words. So, nothing particularly bad about this one yet, huh? Let's go to the YouTube comments. I can't read the name at the top, but it says, where's her links? And this person is asking where my links are, because he never shared any of my links in order to give people my stations so that I could get subscribers, like he said that he would do. Never once advertised anything for my shows or shared any of my information. So Spider Zero says, V, why in the hell did you pick that picture of Angel for the thumbnail? LOL. I'm not laughing. He says, all of her pictures are like that. Check her Facebook. Spider Zero says, do it all. All her pictures, she looks like an Oompa Loompa. Christopher Stevens says, do it all. I looked at her Facebook. Angel is so freaking hot. Those pics are amazing. Christopher Stevens, another name to remember while you're listening to this story, because all opinions don't stay the same. Everyone's bullshit changes. So, moving on. Okay, this is kind of the same one. Spider Zero, this necessary evil person says, Spider Zero, you're a fucking tool. And DJ Roofer says, Spider Zero, I can't imagine. I don't know. Okay, does it have anything to do with my pictures? I have no idea. Alrighty. Well, here goes one. I'll read my own post out loud. It's funny when people badmouth you in comments under videos and then send you friend requests on a new account. And you know exactly who you are, so I don't have to mention your name. And the only YouTube comment to this video was from Opalescent Moonchild that said, wow, I love that cute pink-haired girl reading the comments. And the Social Injustice Warrior says, Moonchild, you would. As a discouraging sort of comment. Now, this is while we were still supposedly having this great working relationship together, right? I don't make it a point to read stuff under YouTube accounts until I'm like finished with doing the show, and sometimes I don't read them at all, to be honest with you. I'm so aggravated with all this. Okay, so this was under the Brian Danovich interview from October 26, 2017. Broken Tooth Productions says, great interview. 3 thumbs up. Christopher Black says, great podcast. Sorry, I have a tendency to comment as I'm listening. Sometimes my work schedule prevents me from listening live. who cares, right? V says, you never have to apologize for commenting. You comment a million times. This is, as long as it's not spam and you're engaging with the content, it's welcome here, good, bad, or in between. And he says this because Christopher Black was a follower of mine who then became a patron for his Patreon and was giving him money on a regular basis that he got from his Social Security check to pay him to keep the channel running. And V told him that I was getting half of the proceeds of that. And then when I finally started to talk to Christopher Black, we cleared it up that I was actually not getting anything, and he pulled out on him, as you'll later find out. Going on, unfortunately, this was about the Brian Donovich interview. Unfortunately, we don't have guys like Josh Barnett, who is a former UFC heavyweight champion, and also pro wrestlers and commentators from New Japan with Jim Ross. But yes, Angel was ride. He means right. Mostly, Daniel Puter's claim to fame was that he tried to legitimately pull a Kimura lock on Kurt Angle. I personally hated that he would call himself a UFC fighter. That's like a football player calling himself an NFL player. It's a little bad, the typical douchebag wearing tap-out gear saying, I'm trained UFC, bro. It's fucking MMA. I'll never understand the division between MMA and pro wrestling fans. Over in Japan, they will do both pro wrestling and mixed martial arts on the same show. For the love of God, UFC Unleashed and the first season of The Ultimate Fighter came on after Monday Night Raw, so that's how fans, I just can't read all this. Hopefully you guys will get on my Facebook and read the extra long ones that I just, some of them I just can't, I'm sorry. Moving on to the next one. Christopher Black is still not done talking. Excuse my horrible grammar. Sometimes the microphone on my iPhone fucks up and I'm too lazy to type all this shit out. Well, and we're too friggin' lazy to read it. Brian Danovich, on commenting on his own interview, says, wow, that Spartan Swinger guy has lot to say. And I guess even more if there is a part 2 coming. He was really pushing this. B and Angel are awesome, and I guess Carlucci is too. Ha ha. Are we not supposed to know that this is him? What's going on here? What an amazing experience. Better than In Your Head, Mauro Raniello and John Pollock put together. Looking forward to the future with Do It All Productions. It's very bright, like his outfits. Ooh, yeah, I have no idea what that means. But okay, again, nothing seeming too negative yet, right? And this was the Nightmare Before Christmas video, which you probably seen in the last video, which he did absolutely no editing. Again, trying to make me look bad in some way after all I'm doing is helping him and trying to do favors for him. This is how he's behaving, because this is how stalkers behave. Okay, so this is me saying, Christina Jade, change your settings so that I can tag you and post on your timeline. It's saying that it's not allowed. For some reason, she was having trouble posting on her timeline. I don't know. V Infuso says, totally misspelled polis as holis, but will be corrected in the future. Again, something that was done purposely. It's like he misspells Amoroso and missays it after hearing it time and time again. I say, why can't people get our fucking names right? And he says, because I don't have any brains, I'm all beauty minus the beauty. Well, at least he's got half of it, right? Moving on. I say, I'll accept that. But for future reference, it's P-O-U-L-O-S and A-M-O-R-O-S-O. I wonder if Walsh would be as hard. I say that because it's such a common name, and people will still say Walsh and they'll pronounce it Welsh. So I just expect every name to be gotten wrong from now until forever. So Christopher Stevens, again, here he goes. Angel, you need to see Nightmare Before Christmas. I thought that's what we were fucking talking about. One of my fave movies. I know the song off by heart. I don't know. I guarantee this is Halloween will be stuck in your head for weeks. Okay. I wonder if people even read the post that they're commenting under to make a mistake like that. That is the movie we're reviewing. Okay, this one, I can't read the top of it. It says, review of that will be up on my new SIJW episode on October 1st. I hope you get to watch it. He says, definitely. He says it'll be up in 30 minutes. And Token Dave is actually the helpful portion of this conversation and any conversation in asking me, what's your other YouTube channels? Because still, even in a video that me and my daughter, just us, it was just our video, just we appeared in it, he still couldn't put the links or say anything about our YouTube site to try to help me as much as I was helping him. So I replied to Token Dave with Dirty Dead Doll Productions. These are all YouTube sites. Crazy Cunty Clown Posse, the Toxic Twins Team Talk Time Theater. It's not as easy as it looks to say. DDP, Maramoo, YouTube. Angel Amoroso's TCW. You could catch some of my old independent wrestling over there. And Patrick Walsh, which is my husband's YouTube with a few of my matches. And Token Dave says thank you, and you're welcome, him. So that was actually a big help, but not really. Okay, and on to the YouTube comments. YY says, no chemistry, maybe write a script next time to go by. All right. Jenna Lee's Beauty Slam says, Angel looks gorgeous as per usual. Is CJ her sister? They look like twins. That's very nice, dear. Spider Zero says, are you sure they have never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas? B says, neither have ever seen a Disney movie before these reviews. Which is true. I really didn't, and Christina has seen very few. So doing this was, it was my idea, and I thought it was a great idea. Bump Fuggett says, next do Uncle Buck. I don't know. Is that a Disney movie? Token Dave says, Tom Turkey. Hey, cool name for Thanksgiving turkey. I mentioned that during the video. Filthy Phil says, I also feel like I come from Halloween Town. Angel, you're so badass. It's awesome that you've been doing these videos on SIJW's channel. You're looking gorgeous. Well, Filthy Phil's not that filthy. He had some nice comments to make, as did a lot of other people. So here goes some other comments. As a fan of both, I'll say that the next generation of Hot Topic lovers discarded what made them awesome and fell in love with their lamer concepts. Chris Stevens says, sorry, Angel, who is CJ Polis? What? Is she a wrestler as well? Great vid, by the way. You're awesome. Well, Chris Stevens, okay, let's move on to the next comment. CJ is Angel's daughter, responded by B. Tyler Horton says, damn, really? That's cool. I think I see the resemblance now. Is she a wrestler? I'm not even going to get into that too much, just to not give him any added attention that he doesn't deserve. I'm going to zoom through some of these because, yeah, okay. So this is a show that never took place. It was supposed to be on October 26, 2017. And yeah, it never took place because once I got into Google Hangouts, they kept acting like he couldn't enter me into the conversation, so it never happened. Some comments under it, yo, that cleavage shot, damn, whoa, nice tits. She's one leapfrog away from a nipple slip. Okay, I'll accept that one. Let's see. These other excuses. This was another one that was canceled. September 13th, 2017 was also canceled. And we all had to find out through Token Dave. Due to circumstances beyond my control, tomorrow's live stream is postponed until further notice. Okay. And this was my post. I don't know why it's cut off up top. I said, I guess we're not going on live tonight. V Fuso, no fault of mine. And he says, I text you, go on at 9. I said, let's just shoot for another week. And he said, message me. He was already on the air that week. The way he had scheduled to do a show with me, he was doing one with some dude Vito on some other show. So, you know, making other things more important than his own show, pretty much. I want to save this as well because that's really funny. So I want to get back to that. This is a post from July 29th. I want to take you through all the pictures because just, you could go on my Facebook to the Wrestling Bitch group if you want and take a look at them. Mikey Bot says, damn! Andre Luke Martinez says, something tells me she wasn't democratically elected. And also says, oh shit, she noticed me run. Cobain Francisco says, would do. Okay, I don't think I asked, but, you know, probably sitting at home in your mom's basement would fucking do anything. But, all right. Wasn't a rude comment, at least. Amanda White, who's one of my friends on Facebook, one of my favorite people to read messages from. Angel Amoroso giggles, you win, you win. Cowards in fear, hope you're well, perfect girl. I said, it's so hot here in Philly, another heat wave. I love it. I'm about to go bake in the sun. I hope your day is as fun, love. She said, enjoy your day, perfect girl. Stay beautiful. And I said, you too, doll. She's a very sweet girl. Go check Amanda White out on Facebook and Twitter. And she's always got something interesting to say. Very interesting young lady. These posts here was what I was referring to in the first show about, you know, how I started to get a little weird with these posts about Lex Luthor and Mercy Graves or whatever. And this was posted on September 2nd, 2017. And I said, in this couple, I should be Lex, because I strongly feel as though between the two of us, that would be what I would fit more than him. But he says, they're not a couple, LOL. He's a supervillain mastermind, and she's his muscle. All right, well, maybe. Then I can't see him being either. Also, I wouldn't look as good in the outfit. Well, you kind of wouldn't look good in anything, kid. But, yeah, I said I totally get it. Because at first I honestly did not know what he was talking about. So once I seen it, it was kind of cleared up for me. Warren Allen Dent Jr., my black friend Allen, says, Angel, I said the same thing. He just wants to be Lex because of the bald head. Well, at least he's got that part going for him, right? I said I need to be Lex for so many more reasons. And I have some good reasons. Better than his. He says, nope. And oddly, a lot of problems start just over like something so stupid as a post like that. And he was like, why are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends while we're posting and all kinds of nonsense? Like, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke, man. So this post from earlier, certain people are complaining that they don't want me using their comments in my video. It's too bad. Maybe you should have thought about that before you made the comments. And I'm talking about these videos that I'm making right now. Perhaps you people should have kept your goddamn mouth shut. If you don't want other people to see your comments, then don't write them. Don't write them. This dude down here is just plugging his stuff. I had to take screenshots of all this and repost it to my group so that I could actually live stream it. Having some problem with Facebook. There's a Lori Drury saying she loves me and I love you too, doll. I actually plan on having her on one of my future shows to cover the topic of catfighting and apartment wrestling. Can't wait to have her on and talk about all of that. Okay, this is a post from August 28, 2017. Angel Face, I need those videos. Like my boss, And me being the dependable jerk ass that I am, I'm shooting them right now, doll. I promise I will send them by the end of the night. He says, you're the fucking best. I said, I try. One day later, I still didn't send them, and he complained about it. But when he sent that, I did send them like 20 minutes before he sent that message. So again, he was making it look like I was slacking off. And that was not the case. Here's a post from June 6, 2017. Spare no feelings. And this Nikki Coletti girl says, isn't it 10,000% cyberbullying? This Christopher Bossa says she's probably going reckless on you. I said I didn't take it too far. I don't want any suicide attempts. And you're right, Nikki, 1,000,000% bullying. Now, this was a joke made about, a video that we roasted each other back and forth. So it wasn't anything serious. I spare no feelings. It's a roast video. People don't spare each other's feelings. I wasn't really cyberbullying anyone like they are, but moving on. My responses was to put pictures from screenshots of Jerry Springer's show up and say, just remember, Dalvin Fuso, you asked for this, and now you're going to get it. Adding a little humor to his group and the boring days that we used to have in his group with posts, I figured I'd do some of this to, make it more interesting. So, you know what? No, I'll go buy this one right now because this is silly. Okay, so I'll read this one. You can hear this prick consistently lie about putting his name first in the graphic. He lies about everything, even things that you can see and hear for yourself that are different. This right here, this graphic, he did like, I don't know, it was like a skit. Like he talked like 20 minutes about how he even put my name first in the graphic. And look, is it first? Something so petty as that, all right? And this is after I'm doing this kid a favor. I'm not asking him for any money or getting paid for any of this. I'm doing this, not even on my free time. Like some of it I actually went out of my way to do, just to help out. So we'll go past this too. Because I don't want to unfold everyone like out of place. I would like for you to see this. Okay, September 1st, 2017, B says, want to thank Angel Walsh, Angel Amoroso, for being her kick-ass self as usual. Her intro and outro will now be included on all SIJW videos moving forward, and she should be making her SIJW return soon. Now, that was September 1st. He took those videos and intros and outros and used them for every video that he made from September until just like last month. He just put like I don't know, something over my eyes and changed my voice so that it sounded retarded. So he was still using them. Okay, here's me apologizing to my group members that I'm sorry about these posts, that I'm just compiling info. It's a messy story, and actually I'm glad that I passed by this one, because I appreciate you guys being so patient with me as I unraveled this mess, because it is a long story, but you know, I didn't make it a long story, and I'm not the one being a little bitch. So yes. Okay, I'm going to try to do this in order here. I hate when things are out of order. And okay, I'm just going to read this one right now. This was VTard looking for a replacement behind my back because of jealousy, and I believe it was because of jealousy. And again, I had to post these. It took me 2 days to friggin' do this. All right, his post on November 12th, now, mind you. The politically incorrect chick. We're looking for a new female reviewer who has a sense of humor, comedic timing, and at least half a brain. Important note, this is not paid, not at least yet. We're getting up there, but not quite yet. The comfort from working in your own home or wherever the fuck you film your own bits, and send them my way, bits as in segments, not casting couch bits. Whatever. Hopefully you could read the rest of this, because I really don't want to. But this was his little ad to try to get someone to replace me before I even knew what was going on. His patron, Chris Black, told me that when I would log out at night and go to sleep, he would go in his group and post all this crazy shit talking against me in the group. And then the next day, as soon as I logged in, he would delete the whole post so that I couldn't see it, and I had no idea what was going on and what he was saying about me. So, and he had been doing this for a while, according to Christopher Black, who I have inbox messages from, which I'll be going over those too. All right, but first, let's continue here. I'm going to go to this one because I think this is kind of funny. The comments in this thread are hilarious. Reading them, you can see how desperate people are to have friends, even if it means backstabbing me for no reason. Now, I say this because V put a post up on August 19, 2017. Free my girl, Angel Amoroso. She ain't do shit. Hashtag Facebook jail. Okay, now, first off, I strongly suspect that he's the one who reported me to Facebook. But another story for another time. But this just unravels the funny story about Samir, or at least it starts to. This Jeff Darren Davenport Traxler says, boo, FB, Facebook. Andy Regan says, what she done did. And Sammy Jervis says, now that she needs to be put back in Facebook jail, putting up all those hateful posts and lies. So this was just 2 months ago. Samir is responding to posts from stuff that happened 11 months ago, 2 months ago, just to get in on a conversation so that he can backstab me. He says, Chris Banks, yes, I was wrong, and V was right. She's just a backstabber. I got a whole story about him for a whole other time. This kid is a compulsive liar. His name, that's not even his name. He says he's Lebanese when he's obviously Asian. He's just you know what? Again, here's Samir. Chris Banks, thank you. And I apologize for everybody that I heard because of that bitch. I should have never believed her lies in the first place. I don't even know what the fuck this kid's talking about. Again, Samir. Chris Banks, she's spreading lies about me. Now it seems like every friend that she'd been friends with, suddenly she just decided to drop them, stab them in the back, and spread lies about them. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that she basically stabbed in the back, nor will I be the last. She's going to continue to do this because she's nothing but a delusional attention whore. But eventually, people are going to find out what a pathetic liar that she is. I'm glad that my eyes were opened, and thank you for being my friend. Okay. I'm going to get into the Samir story later, but let's laugh some more. Okay. And Brian Danovich says, she's your girl again. Am I missing something? Oh, your sarcasm. Oh, got it. I forget sometimes. Silly me. And Sammy Draven, I keep telling you, let it go. So it's funny, they're all best friends now. This was like just a couple months ago. All a bunch of gang stalking little babies that have nothing else to do. Gang up together. Like the little cunts that they are. I'm sorry to use such vulgarity. But honestly, you're listening to what I'm reading, and you could judge upon yourself if these are grown men or... I mean, stuff like this shouldn't even be allowed on Facebook. It really shouldn't. So, but that's what gang stalking is about. It's about people gathering together to make one person miserable for no reason or some reason or whatever reason. You know, just to get attention or to get subscribers or possibly viewers to their shows for whatever reason they think that this is the way to go. And in some cases, it is the way to go if you want to get a lot of subscribers, I guess. Freaking ridiculous, but this is how social media works. Okay, so this one, notice how I wasn't tagged in this. Coward cunt. That's my comment. Okay. Down to this post here. And this is actually from my phone. This was a text message that I sent to him. This is Friday, November 10th. He says, might be a Social Injustice Warrior Live co-host. Might be down a SIJW Live co-host. So this was on November 10th, and I said, I do tend to be the last to be informed of these things. Thanks a lot, dude. Now, the reason why I said this was because he put this up and had a poll on it and thought that, you know, I guess I wouldn't be awake by the time the poll was over or something. I don't know. And here's his Facebook post that he didn't bother to tag me in or let me know what was going on after I hadn't spoken to him and I cut him off and we had very little words back and forth. This is what he puts on November 12th. Me and Angel have had some differences of opinion recently, and for the time being, at least, it looks like she will be stepping away and taking a hiatus from the SIJW channel. new to me, right? I suggest everyone check out her own channels if they enjoyed her contribution. Still, he's not going to give you my channels because he doesn't want you to go to my channels. I hold no ill will, and why would he hold ill will? Is this little douchebag nuts? And should things ever change, doors open. Nothing but love. Know you're going to be dropping some pretty big bombshells in a few weeks. And if you need the platform, it's there. If you don't, I'm supporting you in the sidelines. Best of luck, my dude. Okay. He support me in the sidelines. So I suspect that that's what he was doing when he was making all these posts in his group, talking shit against me while I was sleeping and saying all kinds of crazy stuff. But he's with me. He stands by me. He's not a two-face. No way. He's only got one face, bald and ugly. That about wraps it up for him. But we're going to get to some other posts here. But like I said, I don't want them out of order. So I'm going to try to get to something that makes sense within the timeline. Because you can see one right after the other, like I had to see. Let's see. And there's people who are sending me friend requests, just really, really pathetic, that I would say over and over again, if you're friends with him, do not take me off your list, because I just didn't want the, I didn't want the harassment. And still, you guys are friends with him. So, yeah, you're going to have to make a choice, because you see what he's doing here, and this is not right. You guys don't know him. I don't even know him. So, yeah, it's fucking childish for me to say, but it's either me or him.
I still stand by that. It's me or him.
Okay.
If you still have him as a friend, please remove me from your list.
So, okay. That was a nice post from Art Chimko, by the way. Love you, Art Chimko. He was watching Dennis Carluzo's shoot interview again last night, and when he talked about me, Art was like, oh, I miss Angel. And that was nice to read last night. Nice to read today. Always nice to read nice comments. So, okay, we'll get back up to something that's more sensible that you could read in a timely fashion. Yeah, these things are all out of order. So
I am replying to the
be patient with me
while this is going on. So if you want to make a comment or have
it takes a great amount of patience to sit online and post these things. So for all the time that it took me, I hope that you'll just be patient in allowing me to get to the right spot so that I can read out all this nonsense in order. Some of you are probably saying, well, why is it rolling up the screen so slow? It's because I want to see that I didn't miss anything, because I hate to not be thorough. Okay, now let's go back down. This is a subject that it's about young people. It's about old people. No one is beyond cyberbullying. No one is beyond being stalked or being harassed. So just remember that the next time you accept a friend request and you get your messenger goes off and a new stranger wants to talk to you, because you never know what their ulterior motives are. I'm going to go to this one right here. Why not? Okay, so this was from a post that he had from YouTube. And when I said, I was on my account from DDP, this Chris Black was saying a whole bunch of things about, I was talking shit about him, which I never said anything about him. And I said, who accused you of what, Chris? No one ever said anything about you. V used Angel's videos without permission. If you believe any other stories, you're just as bad as him. Now, V responded by saying, DDP Angel, I think you're forgetting that you gave me all of your channels, and I know that this is you, and you're a nutcase, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it goes on and on. This was later, after the turn. This Nikki Coletti girl, she switched her tune real quick. She was on your program and knew you were using videos of her, so she needs to stop. I need to stop? You go fuck yourself, cunt. Alan Jacobs says, unbelievable. Are you kidding me? She's lost it for sure. Wow. All right. Edward G. Vargas says, TCH. He called her Fruit Loop. Okay. Riker Saris says she has problems, and James Guerra says skin, it's about more than power. I don't know. These fucking people, they are retarded. When I came up with the word retard, it was because of these people. And now. Okay, and this is funny. December 4th, 2017. This invite was after Retard already did 3 to 4 hour live streams smearing me, my family, and my friends with the help of 6 other idiots that I don't know who think they're YouTube superstars. I don't know who this Brian Zane and I don't even know who they were. But it says Angel Amoroso, Patrick Walsh, Christina J. Polis. He actually tagged my daughter in it. And the blue-haired wonder, he calls me. This is December 4th. Tomorrow, open invitation, SIJW live stream at 9:30. Now, he thinks I'm going to go on his live stream after he already got on there and buried me with strangers that I don't know, because I decided to take my problems on November 16th up to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania with my family and go outside a bookstore and protest Mick Foley. And yeah, I'm laughing about it. But he made it part of his problem. So after I told him all that I did, here we go. November 16th. After cutting him off and blocking him on all social media outlets, just a few days later, he crawled back begging me to return. And then he got real bitter when I declined. On November 16th, he says, open invitation to the stream tomorrow. Give you full reign to talk about the Nick situation. No harm, no foul, if you're available. No harm, no foul. Is he serious? What harm or foul would he have against me that this is what his tone would be? Like, he's offering me out. A whole bunch of different outlets covered the protest in Bethlehem of me and my family, and Mick Foley. A whole bunch of people covered it. So I didn't need him as a platform, and he really wasn't a platform yet because he hadn't really had that many subscribers. I worked them up from a low number to substantially high number, but still really it would not consider it a platform. You know, Dr. Phil's a platform. And by the way, he gave my number to Dr. Phil. Well, he said he gave, I'm sorry. He had people calling me saying that it was the Dr. Phil show. So there's a few posts that I can't find on that that have all the proof in there that, yeah, I cannot find those. But that's a platform. Dr. Phil is a platform. YouTuber that lives in his parents' attic with, you know, obvious retarded friends with no morals. Yeah, that's not a platform for me. It really isn't. And when people act like this, I don't see a reason to benefit them anymore, because this wasn't really benefit me. I started out, I have maybe 10 more friends than I started out with, you know, before all this happened. And I've gained them through a group called Marks versus Pro Wrestlers on Facebook. So V had nothing to do with the count of my subscribers or my friend count on Facebook. Like, he'd like to tell you that no one knew about me or ever heard my name if it wasn't for him before him. Okay? So I don't know where he thinks he got his friend list from, but if he wants to go that way, that's fine. I'm known because of him. All right, you know what? I'm going to go into this one right now, because this is kind of funny. Vitard harasses my entire family on social media, then gets angry when he gets reported. So yeah, he posted. Let me just go to this here instead of trying to talk through it, because it's funny enough. Again, I want to get to the beginning because I don't want to read this out of order because it's just a little bit too funny to get wrong. So I want to get it right. Nothing out of order here. Okay. Okay. So he put this post up on Twitter. This was a private message that I sent him, and he posted it on Twitter. Now, before I take the credit for it, but before I even got to report it, someone else did. It was sexual in nature about me and my husband, and should have never been posted up on Twitter or anywhere else. And Twitter says that you know, they won't tolerate threatening posts or harassing other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. As a result, we've temporarily limited some of your account features while in this state. You can still browse through Twitter, but you're limited to only sending direct messages to your followers, no tweets, retweets, follows, or likes. Your account will be restored to full functional in 12 hours. 12 hours. Now, this is how immature this kid is. He couldn't just wait 12 hours without complaining, for Christ's sake. It's so horrible to be off of Twitter for 12 hours. So this Candace Meister, real glad that went south. She looked like she got trains run on her down at the trailer park. All right. V says, bruh, wait till I go live. So I don't know, maybe it's a guy. He's saying bruh. Riker Sear says, the hell, like she doesn't understand what's going on. And then my daughter pops in the conversation. He deleted most of her messages and said, Christina J. Polis, here to laugh and act like her mother is in her moral right yet again. Shout out to the enablers. And Christina said, keep it up. And he antagonistically responds, oh, I have your permission? Good. I think I will. Now, this is private harassment in inbox and everything has been going on for a long time, and this just surfaces in public that he goes and harasses my daughter with people. And then tries to tell her, your mother is delusional, and you and Patrick do nothing but feed her delusions. And I'm pretty more than pretty sure you're the ones who convinced her that I was somehow fucking her over by including her in my content. Not begging me to make videos. He included me in his content. Then this Brian dickhead Strom, whatever, put some kind of stupid gif, and this Michael Quinn says, no comeback, the truth shuts them up all the time. Vin, what? She made like 20 responses and he deleted all of them, because God forbid if anyone should have anything smart to say to argue back with him and his little tards in his group. See, and also, if they don't say anything but like the comment, that addresses their bad behavior. Oh, look at what she did, the Infuso. Next is going to be, you don't know me, come back. First off, it wasn't just making reactions to any comments. Christina was addressing this, and the bad behavior came from V, who kept deleting her comments in the thread so that this all looked like a one-sided conversation. So good job there. Good job. You don't know me as a comeback? Well, it would be pretty simple to say that, since it's the truth. You don't know her, and you don't know me. Edward Vargas says, ne'er trust lass who teats speaks afore she does. Old Scottish proverb. Okay, Edward Vargas. Ye should shove it up his fucking ass. He also says, could save myself a messy divorce had I known that. This fucking jerk-off sent me a friend request today. I'll put that right out there. He actually sent me a friend request on the Angel Amoroso versus account, this fucking jerk. Beafuzo says, so y'all tuning in? Proven that he did all this to get attention so that people would tune into his shitty live stream because he's got no material other than to harass me and my family. So Edward Vargas says, curiosity has me. I kind of have to now. Of course. What time are you going on? 10. Okay. Edward Vargas was there. Nikki Coletti, the comp, missed it. And Christopher Stevens says, okay, so do I dare ask what's going on with Angel and the Mick Foley sexual assault allegations? It's gone quiet. This was 5 months ago. So his next post was, I think I might go live. This is January 27th now. This incident happened November 16th. I stopped talking to a couple weeks before that, and now this, he might go live. Brian Dickhead says, do it, bro. Alan Jacobs says, I've already shared it. Fuck it. Do it live. He's editing a little pre-show, and Mike De La Cruz, or what the fuck ever. Yes, man, life is too short. Live it like it's your last day every day. I'm glad you are going to live. I'm glad you are going to live instead of going through the everyday routines like everyone else. Some of these I can't even read because people are just like, yeah, I really don't know what's wrong with people. Like, they have some kind of problem with, like, I can't control a computer real good, as you can see right here. And I get no help with this live stream. And this is my first time doing a live stream. So, and that's one thing. But then, look, I'm trying to get back to my group now, and I can't even get back. Not being able to control a live stream, like, live streams are a lot harder than just writing a friggin' message out. Like, when you write a message out, use some good grammar, use some punctuations. It would help in getting your point across so that we can understand what you're trying to say a lot better than how you're trying to say it. And these might be out of order, but I'm just going to go ahead with it. After using me to get his subscriber count up, Vitard showed his true colors and made these videos, obsessively defaming myself and my family. I'm going to take you through every single solitary video that he has ever made, so please don't watch this on his channel. I'm not putting him over. I am trying to put him under. Please do not go to his channel and subscribe, because then that's just defeating the purpose of what the fuck I'm trying to do here. I'm going to take you through all of these screenshots that I made, proving to you not only the lies that he tells, but again, proving the subscription count. And this one, on June 24, 2017, he addresses me as Call Wheezy, we're moving on up. 529 subscribers. On August 8th, and as you can see, the first one, loving it, 2017, up to 1,000 subscribers. And 2 days later, for some reason, WWE paid him a cash dividend of 24 cents. Not sure why. Moved up to 21.40. And by the way, all these without giving me any credit at all. Instead, he gave it to another YouTube station that he was on and said he got his subscribers through that up to 3,000, and then 5,148, as you could see. And then he did these videos of me and my family. Angel confronts Mick Foley. And again, I will take you through every one of these, so please don't go ahead of the story, because I will be giving my own twist on top of these. Brian Zane makes his debut from Wrestling with Regret, whatever the fuck that is. Angel versus Dr. Phil and more. Angel versus Foley Director's Cut. Now this is where he stole my daughter's copy of the video and my husband's copy, claimed it as his own, and then told everyone that I made the video for his channel. This is a funny one here. This is where the VTards thing came up, and Brian Danovich cursed me out. And the Undertaker comics, as I showed you earlier. And then the Angel Amoroso hour, starring Shelly Martinez. I went on Shelly Martinez's podcast show to discuss the incident of November 16th, 2017. It's very kind to let me get my story out, and we'll be talking about that later as well. I'll take you through that video as well, so don't jump ahead, please. Again, these are 3 other videos that, not the entire video, but I think this girl walked out on him because he talked so much shit about me at the time. The Angel Amoroso saga. Again, all these are like 2 and 3 and 4 hours, and update shows. And this one was the best one. WWE blacklisted me. And then he's up to 10,999 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, from 529 to 10,999. Okay. Say it again. WWE, he made this video. WWE blacklisted him. He got people convinced that I, Angel Amoroso, I got him blacklisted from the WWE. He did a whole show about it. So if you want to believe anything that this kid is saying, it's just crazy. Trying to get back to my page so that I could try to finish this out here. Some crazy, crazy stuff. And I got a lot of messages from some Facebook friends addressing this, asking me, like, why am I giving this so much attention? And, you know, why even talk about this kid? He's a loser. He's got no friends. He's, you know, obviously trying to get attention off of me. But I'll tell you, I'm addressing it because I have looked into the legal root of things, and I don't really agree with what some of the punishments are to fit the crimes. In some cases I do, and some I don't. I don't think I don't think some people should spend time in jail, and then there's other people that definitely should, especially when what they're saying, they know that they're lying, and they know that they're breaking a law, and they're warned by the law, and still they continue. So I looked into legal action, and like I said, I really didn't agree with it, so I decided to take it this route so that I could let people see for themselves on their own exactly what happened, and then they can judge the situation for themselves. I'm sick of being harassed. I know that, and I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are sick of being gang stalked and cyberbullied. And a way to combat against that is what I'm doing right here. And if someone is doing this to you, don't go kill yourself, because that's exactly what they want. What you want to do is let everyone know exactly what type of person they are and expose them for everything that they are. So, you know what? I'm going to go back on this for a second. Funny post here. Just for attention, VTARD convinced people that the words of ex-pro wrestler Johnny Angel, Reverend Johnny Lee Clary, were the words of my husband, Patrick Walsh. Now, you could get to see how stupid people are. Now, this is a person doing a show about wrestling, and he wants to talk all this shit about wrestlers. And I don't know when the marks started controlling the wrestlers. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen online. If it's almost like if you have a podcast, you could get a wrestler to be a mark for you. It's absolutely amazing, and they all believe like every word that everyone says, as long as they're on the air saying it. So, okay, this post was put up January. I can't see it through my own thingy here, but January 30th. V says being gay is basically the same thing as a pedophile. Having an STD means you should avoid any and all human contact. Anyone who uses foul language needs to be locked up. If you're not a Christian, you're the devil. 1010 best read. Now, he's saying this in reference to a post on my husband's Facebook. It's a Patrick Walsh page, if any of you are interested in going ahead and taking a look at it. And here's to get further attention. He posts this. So today, I had to go out of my way to block Angel and her Looney Tunes family because they're attempting to cyber stalk me and get my posts taken off of several social media platforms. We are trying to cyber stalk him. Now, you haven't even seen half the messages and posts that he deleted that I can't prove, but I'm showing you the ones that I can. Does it seem like I'm stalking him? I'm guessing as an attempt to dethrone me, as if he's sitting on some throne. In the process of blocking them, I stumbled upon this post made by her husband. Not Johnny Angel. Not Reverend Johnny Lee Clary. By her husband. Thoughts? Now he wants all his little retards to respond to this because now he's convinced these people that these are the words of my husband. Okay? Boys and girls, the world of professional wrestling is nothing like it used to be. I have witnessed drug deals going down from people who are still on TV today. It might surprise you if I name names. Drugs, foul language, alcohol, sexual perversion, child molestation, homosexuality, HIV, AIDS, and other STDs are just some of the things that goes on in the world of professional wrestling. Oh, excuse me, I meant wrestling entertainment, as it is now called. It is not a profession where any decent parent would want their child to pursue it as a career, which is true. No young man or woman should ever join the world of professional wrestling entertainment, especially if they are a Bible-believing Christian. God's words tell us specifically, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? What does a believer have in common with a non-believer? Okay. Can't read the last part because it's cut off. So this first jackass. Now those are the words of Johnny Angel, by the way. They think that this is Patrick Walsh's words. So this is their responses. Wrestling has almost had that kind of stuff in it. Always had that kind of stuff in it. It's no different than the rest of the world to think or hope that wrestling is any different than pro football, Hollywood, or politics being naive. So for this person to single out wrestling is just a narrow-minded as his overall views about life. I am a Christian, and I would wager that the same shit takes place at the same rate in mega churches all over the world. I think it's a fake poster. Vito Andretti says, oh, and most pedophiles are straight, by the way. Fucking ass clown. Who said anything like that? This Brian Dickhead says, I like how he's somehow against foul language, but it's cool for Angel to say Mick made me suck his dick. Well, that's just a whole different fucking situation. Riker Sears says, wow. Just wow. Wow what, bitch? Christopher Stevens says, unless they have proof, which they don't, I call bullshit. What's happened with the Mick Foley allegations? It's suddenly gone very quiet all of a sudden. This was 5 months ago, by the way, and it didn't go quiet. Lots of podcasts cover it, lots of radio shows, and stuff that I'll be going over in later videos. So trying to make you think that it went quiet so that you wouldn't tune into anything but this friggin' stupid show. Crystal Schilling says, I have no words. Well, bitch, you shouldn't, because you wouldn't know what the fuck to say. John Bullard said, sounds like a bunch of nut jobs. I mean, she's bragging she slept with so many men as a teenager and now wants to act all high and mighty. Get the fuck out of here with that bees. I don't believe anything that woman says. All right, well, you know what, dude? You don't have to believe anything that I said. And I wouldn't call telling an honest story bragging. Just because I'm laughing doesn't mean I'm bragging. Sean Wallen says, that whole thing got out of control fast. Alan Jacobs says, these people are coming off batshit crazy and seeking attention. Cyber stalking is definitely going too far. You know what kind of people cyber stalk? Crazy people. Food for thought. And you know what, Alan? I agree. That is food for thought. And I am exposing the actual side of this argument, who is the cyber stalker, which is not me or my family. It's you guys. And who's crazy and seeking the attention here? You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You're reading shit from Johnny Angel, and because you're such a mark that doesn't know anything about wrestling, you don't know who he is to know anything about him or what he said. And now you're taking a misunderstanding and making everyone think that it's fact. Brian Dickhead says he's just mad he never drew a dime in this business and is totally whipped by Angel and her delusions. First off, my husband is mad because he never drew a dime in a business and he's whipped by me. Yeah, I think you should get to know about Patrick Walsh a little bit before you make those comments. Brian Dickhead. And I'm calling Brian a dickhead because he friended me first and then turned on me for V because he was mentioning him in podcasts. So, and then he says, by the way, all of those bad things he mentions occurs in every profession. It's not just wrestling. Welcome to the world, real world, dude. Hey, dude. All those bad things that he mentioned, he didn't fucking mention you, Mark. Christopher Stevens says, what happened with the Mick Foley? Did he ever comment? Like, he keeps bringing it up. Like, no one else is bringing it up. But Christopher Stevens thinks that he could just keep talking about it because initially he was on my side and still sends me messages as if I have never read these comments in groups or underneath YouTubes to know that he turned his back on me with all the other ones. Nez Lopez says, I hate people. And again, this is, and you know, he posted over again. If he blocked me, I don't know. I mean, I blocked him, so he certainly should have blocked me back. I mean, that's usually how it goes. But, you know, he also had someone hack into my account and go on my profile, and I can't figure out how to get off the title of co-host of Social Injustice, where it's like it's on there permanently. I don't know how he did it. Okay, let's look to see if I missed anything before going to my inbox and let you guys see that. Is there anything that I missed? Let's see. Probably not. I'm going to go to the first 8 minutes of his last show, entitled Angel's Release and a Few Updates. So you guys could listen to this while I'm going through some of the inbox messages to close this out. Here we go.
I'm the social justice warrior in Cujo, and with me, Alan, Black Friend, Alan. Alright, well, I'm glad you found a composer cheap enough to make your theme song for you. This is great. We have some updates for the channel going forward that I just wanted to share. I was going to make a video, but I have way too many of those to make. So, wow, we are jumping up in viewers, and I didn't expect that. Okay, so here's the updates. Unfortunately, for the time being, I don't know if this is forever. I don't know if this is just now, but it seems like Angel will no longer be working with the channel. We had a serious falling out I wish her no ill will, and I'd like to think that it's the same on the other end. Could be wrong. Usually am. But, basically, she thinks that she claimed that I was not supportive enough of her, which I think is batshit crazy. If anybody enjoyed her contributions here, which I'm sure you did, she contributed often. She's part of the intro and whatnot. Go follow her. So she'll be putting out a couple more videos over the upcoming weeks on our own channels. A lot going on right now, and despite our differences, I do support her. So you guys should too if you enjoyed her on this channel. Something unpredictable, these airless rights. I hope you have the time of your life. Because they will find a way to somehow copyright claim this. All right, so basically, she wanted me to share a hashtag in support of her in solidarity, and I would have, but it kind of seemed like, as opposed to allowing me to stumble upon this hashtag of my own, my own concern, she instead tried to spam it and force me to spread it, and I really don't think that becomes a genuine act at that point. You just kind of be your friend, and I don't do that. I don't play that game. There was an issue with a subscriber as well. A Patreon supporter of mine who this is all going to tie into a couple of the other updates that I have as well. But basically, we are looking for a couple new reviewers, namely what we're calling the politically incorrect check, which is somebody to match all of our energy and kind of add her own personality to the channel. And all ethnicities are welcome. No blacks though. In all seriousness, Angel really didn't like that. Angel kind of began to get a little territorial, and she took a little umbrage to that. She did not like that I was getting another female person, another female member of, I guess that's IJW channel now is what we're calling it. And she kind of felt like I was trying to replace her, which I was not. I really was not. I was happy with having her work here, but then all of a sudden it became a weird, a way of her, shitting on everything. She was like, oh, if anybody else wants to come and do free work, it's like, I do free work. I mean, what are we talking about? I think I do free work. A little bit more to my channel. She got upset. A subscriber of mine, a Patreon supporter of mine, told me that he was, I don't know if I'm going to support this channel if you're going to replace Angel. And the thing is that the way that, and maybe I'm wrong here, you guys could totally correct me if I'm wrong here, but the way that I thought this worked is I put out content, and if you guys enjoy it, then you guys support me so I can continue to put out content. I thought that was the transaction. I thought that's how this worked. Apparently, there are people out there who think if you donate $1 to my Patreon, that now means that I'm your bitch. Like, I have to listen to everything that you say and do. Like, you don't want Angel to leave? Well, then by gosh, for that fucking 60 cents I get monthly, we gotta keep her around. And that's not the way it works. I know there's an expression in business, you need to learn to eat shit and like the taste of it. But I'm not gonna eat shit. And because I'm not gonna eat shit, at no point in life will I like the taste of it. Because I won't know about the taste of it. You continue chomping on shit and wonder why your breath smells the way it does. But that's another story. So yeah, I apparently lost a very loyal Patreon supporter. And person on this channel because of a misunderstanding, because they thought they were being replaced, because they thought that I didn't support them. And you know what? I've had several people come to me within the time, and I don't mean to be a dick, but I've had several people come up to me telling me that she's absolutely nuts if she thinks that I've given her the platform to tell her story several times. She was in the process of making another video for me in which she continued to tell her story. There are people who are involved in the wrestling business, people who watch my channel who did not know her or didn't remember her before she came on my channel. Not to be a dick, but this kind of was a platform for her. She kind of, and if she wants to act like she did more for me, that's absolutely fine. But she got exposure. You know, now she can be Google search. Now there's more options. There are people who are uploading her videos to Facebook, to YouTube, to videos of old ECW, USWA with her in it, because they've seen a video or two of mine. And again, I'm not taking the credit for her because she did have that material out there that I just brought up to light. But I mean, if she thinks that this was anything more than a symbiotic relationship between her and I, that like this was somehow me mooching off her or leeching off her, she's absolutely out of her fucking mind. All due respect to her, I have nothing but love for her. I think that she's incredibly stupid for thinking like this, and I've told her that. I doubt that she'll be back. I don't think that we're going to speak again. But for future reference, the door is always open, man. Once again, nothing against you, and everybody who liked her, everybody who enjoyed her content, her contributions, everything that she did for the channel. I advise you to go check out her others, because she will continue to put content out there. I don't think that she's a good person. Just gotta roll with it.
So while we will find a new politically incorrect chick,
She'll always be the head. Not a new one, the first politically incorrect chick.
so while we will find the first politically incorrect chick, she will always still be the head bitch. So she'll at least have that.
Yeah. So that's something to transition to. We are currently looking for a couple more reviewers, one of which being the politically incorrect chick. We are looking for somebody, once again, who, more importantly than anything else, I know that a lot of people are very fixated on looks and whatnot. You need to have a personality, and you need to have, essentially, those are the two only things, the only requirements that work with us with any capacity.
Watch a couple of our videos, see what our tone of humor is.
Right,
if you're okay with that, then you should be a good fit.
Right, if you're a femdom who's looking for a couple cuckolds to, to agree with your stupidity, then no, you're not going to find it here, sorry.
I have a guy who will probably be more suited for you. Neil Solizziano, he likes to wear blue suit a lot.
It's true that we should fucking talk about it. That would be a fun day. But okay, so as for the updates, the SMPW live stream is going to be continuing. We will be having several upcoming guests, including Joe Bernie of Warriors Wrestling. He'll come by and talk shit about how awful I was when I was at the warehouse. That would be a lot of fun. We have Mr. No Limits, Chris Banks, extremely talented worker. If you guys haven't seen him, look him up. Nothing but high praise for this dude. A guy with a good head on his shoulders.
That's like the ultimate dad compliment. This kid's got a good head on his shoulders.
Let me tell you about this kid. He's a fighter. He just hit me up actually. He said he was trying to listen to the some people have a problem with this when it's live, so you're not listening now, you listen to it after. Guys, in the chat, I will read off some of what you're saying in just a bit.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to end that because it drones on for, I don't know, probably another 40 minutes where he just briefly mentions me a few times here and there. Nothing that I want to sit here and fast forward through, just bits and pieces. These are inboxes from both V and Christopher Black, who I told you to remember within this story because this is the important part of the story. Chris Black was his patron his patron, his one of his only, and you know, he lied to him, and Christopher Black said he was pulling out, and now if you see Christopher Black's comments, you'll see that he was quite the troublemaker to start off with, and then increasingly became more irritating and becoming more of a troublemaker. So just, I said some things and he said some things, whatever. I'm putting all my messages right up here. So I'm not hiding anything that I was talking about. I don't see why he should want to hide it. I mean, he puts a lot of stuff up, but then he edits messages so that you can only see what he wants you to see. As you can see, I'm scrolling down, and you can see every message here in my inbox. I am not hiding anything. So if you want to think about who might be telling the truth in this situation, you might want to watch my video before you watch his. Here's some arguments between Chris Black and V. As a gesture, talking about me, after all she's done for your channel, for not even a dime, I think as your friend, you'd owe it to her if you really thought of her as a friend. I said I would support you regardless, and I would like to support you both. I don't know why you chose to ignore that part, V. I said it numerous times in this. I think you should just refer to your previous comment and just accept the fact that maybe you are just a shitty friend or a shitty person. I will take my money, keep it to myself, and donate it to Angel, and you could go fuck yourself. And V says to him, dude, fuck off, you know nothing, twat. You're going to call me out as a friend and a person when you don't know me as either. Fuck out of here. I've given Angel a platform multiple times to speak in her story, and I will continue to do so. I owe you and her absolutely nothing. He owes me nothing. Well, okay, I never said he did. Fuck this kid. Okay, I mean, I think this is big enough so that you guys can read it. This is just about this kid and his tumors and, I don't know, having CAT scans and whatever. He's a sick kid. From what he says, I don't know him either. I suspected that it was V under fake screen name because he told me he used to make all these different screen names to harass people with. So I always just assumed that this Christopher Black was him. I don't know. A lot of people on my friend list also got fooled by him and, start talking to him, and he would leave these long, sprawling messages on their inboxes, and you guys know who you are, and you asked me who he was and complained about it, and I probably shouldn't have told you that he was all right, because much like V, I didn't know him, and, I don't know V, and I don't know this dude, so he just told me, he just Googled my name on the 20th, 11/20/17, just Googled your name and Foley. You're really getting some serious news. I'm trying to sleep right now, and I'm listening to Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle Show podcast, and these guys are even covering it. Before they even said who they were going to be talking about specifically, I had a feeling it was going to be you. Keep in mind fuck people's opinions. You have a right to feel that way, and I stand with you regardless. Be proud of yourself, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay? And our last messages back and forth to each other were on Thanksgiving, because he turned into a turncoat himself. So So, not hiding anything on the inbox. I do have a lot more on the inbox that I would love to share, but I also don't want to take up people's entire evening with this nonsense. So I'm going to wrap it up by closing this out with a little commercial that I think is relevant to the topic. And I hope that you will all come back and join me for my next episode of Angel Amoroso Versus, where I will be playing out a video and covering one of the first smear videos that our friend Beatard has done on me and my family. So hopefully you'll tune back in for that. We're going to close this out. I'm going to say goodbye right now and close this out with a public service announcement for the anti-bullying campaign. Have a good night and a good life.
Okay, I'm sure you could probably still hear me here. I'm going to go back to my chat and see what's going on here. Sorry I left you guys alone for so long, but I was trying to get to the chat as much as I could through my Angel Amoroso Versus account. And if you guys would like to join me over there on my Angel Amoroso Versus YouTube, you could get to some of these programs before I actually get to them and get a little bit more of the story. But for right now, I want to go over to the chat to see who's joined us and just welcome everyone. So I may be clicking off the screen in a second. Yeah, just as I expected. Let me try to move up the comments here. I had a conversation with Eric Joseph Larkin, who had some very interesting comments in a conversation that we had through the chat, which you can see. And Horatio Caragilio also joined us, and thank you for joining. Let's try to move down the list here. New comments. Okay. Well, as you can see, a lot of comments were made during the stream. And if you would like to see the 88 comments that were made, you could go read them in the chat. Right now, I'm not going to do that. I think it's been long enough, and I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know that these streams are excessively long when I cover this topic. So I want to thank everyone for joining me here on episode 15 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. And I hope you'll join me back for episode 16, which will be coming very soon. If you'd like to get in touch with me on any other forms of social media, I am on Twitter at Angel Amoroso 1, at Instagram at Angel Amoroso 4U, Angel Amoroso Versus Angel Walsh, and Angel Amoroso on Facebook And on the Angel Amoroso Facebook, I have a CCCP Crazy Cunty Clown Posse like page. That is me and Christina Jade Polis, if you'd like to go visit that and give it a like. I also have groups, comment of the day, and Wrestling Bitch, if you'd like to send an invite over there, and I will accept. Otherwise, my YouTube channels, as I said, are Angel Amoroso Versus, also Mermu YouTube, and Dirty Dead Doll Productions, of which we have tons of different material and auctions, live auctions, of which we're going to get back to real soon. So until the next episode of Fuck You, Mick Foley, thank you for joining me this evening, and have a great night and